Hi and welcome back to the Big Net Energy YouTube channel. My name's Sammy and this is the intro to my 2023 Stashdown. So I want to organize my stash as part of this video, and I'm going to track how many skeins of yarn I have so that I can do the same thing that Nitty Natty did, where she tracks like her net increase and decrease, so she has a total for each month. And then I also want to, I don't know if I'll do it in this video or in another video, talk about like projects that I want to make with the yarn I have here. Maybe I'll just mention it in this video and then yeah, I'll call it good. And yeah, I'm just gonna start taking everything off the shelf so I can organize it. So I'm gonna sort it by fingering weight skeins, DK weight skeins, sock yarn. Maybe I'll try to keep it in its own thing, and worsted weight skeins, and then like mohair and cotton. Yeah, let's get started. I'm gonna start with this cube because it's mostly sock yarn, so I feel like that'll be easier. I don't know. Also, I don't know if this camera angle is great. Maybe I should pause it and take a look. All right, I think I fixed the camera angle. Okay, so this is just a portion of a skein, so I'm gonna separate out for now skeins that are partially used. I know Nitty Natty didn't count those as her total. She counted them as scraps. So maybe I'll have a scrap cube and I'll put like a basket in it. I don't know. So for now I'm gonna set that over here. And then, let me grab a notepad. So, this is my sock yarn. This is a mini skein, but I feel like it goes with this. I bought it to go with this, so. Alright, now I'm gonna try to shut up so I can fast forward this. Alright, so I don't know if you can see all of this, I guess these are partially used also, so I'll put those over here. But this is my yarn stash. So these are sock yarns. These are fingering weight non-sock yarns. I don't know what these are, but they're all single ply except one, which is like a very bulky. These are my DK yarns. These are my worsted yarns. These are my floofs, so mohair and alpaca silk. These are my minis. Even those are minis. They're 25 gram cotton. These are my sport weight yarns, and those are minis. And oh, I think this one's used too. I can't tell. No, maybe not. And yeah, these are my partially used skeins. And those ones are yarns I bought from Hobie like 3 years ago when I first started knitting again. And I might keep them for gift knitting, or I might get rid of them, like donate them or something. And now I'm going to count what I have. I don't know if I should count my minis or not. Oh, but this is currently for my Alpenglow, so I'm not going to count this. Yeah. Oops, I missed. And I have these minis up here also. So, same thing as Nitty Natty, if it's in a project currently, I'm not going to count it. And then I'm going to sort it and put it back. So, probably the next part of this will be sped up. Alright, so there's scraps that I'm gonna move. I don't know where I'm gonna put them right now. I'll find something. And then here is the yarn shelf reorganized. So I have mini skeins, cotton, sport and fingering, special skeins like spin cycle and sport weight yarn, or some hand spun I have there. This one is fingering weight yarns that are not suitable for socks. So if it's 100% wool or something like that, it's just not something I would feel comfortable using for socks. This one right here is sock yarn, fingering weight sock yarn that I plan to use for socks. This is fingering weight sock yarn that I do not plan to use for socks. This is DK weight yarn. So I have like 100% wool DK yarn in there, and then I also have my cotton Noro yarn right there, which is a DK weight. Over in this bottom corner, I have worsted weight yarn, so I have some cotton and some wool and some spin cycle yarn. But that goes with that light green, so I left it together. And then up here I have floof, so I have alpaca silk on the bottom, except for the one beige skein is mohair, and then mohair all on the top. And on top here I have some whip stuff. So I have a whip in that basket, my spinning journal, some minis that I'm using for my habitation throw, and all my other habitation throw stuff is in the basket. I have my Licca needles, a little rose quartz candle holder thing, and then all of my typical Bliss minis because they're cute and I want to keep them together, and I haven't decided what I'm making with them yet. I forgot to count. I'm so irritated at myself. All right, so I just went through and counted, and I'll go through what I have. So for my minis, I only counted the mini bundles. I didn't count, like, I have, I don't know, like 6 minis that are just loose and not a set. So I counted the bundles, and I had 8 bundles, and then I have 1 typical Bliss advent. So I just counted that as 1, because if I even only use half of it, then the other ones aren't gonna really count. So I have 9 for minis. And then for my sock yarns that I intend to use as socks, I have 24. For my sock yarns that I don't intend to use for socks, I have 15. For my floof, I didn't count the partials in there, so I have like 30 grams of a couple colors. But then like this Drops Kid Silk, I don't know if it's in frame or not, but I used like 4 grams out of that, but I'm still counting it as a whole, so you know. But for floofs I have 20. For my worsted weight yarns I have 12. For DK yarns I have 10. And for fingering weight yarns I have 30. And for my like cotton yarn in there and my sport weight yarn I have 16, but I was counting those little mini Katona 25 grams or 20 grams, whatever they are, as each 4 is equal to 1, so I ended up with 16 if I counted that way. So I wrote down how I counted things like that. That way I can take out fractions if I need to, which will be annoying, but I didn't really know how else to do it. So let's see, 40, 52, 72, 87, 107, 111, 112, 120, 136. Wow. So I have 136 skeins total in stash. That's a lot. I'm definitely hoping to work that number down. I think it would be cool if I had like half that much, but it was just more intentional. I don't want to get to like 0 stash, but I do want to get to the point where like I have amounts of things that make sense. Like if I do have a sweater quantity with no plans, it'll at least be a sweater quantity. I have a lot of like single skeins. Luckily I was buying them in sock yarns, but a lot of times I wasn't intending them for socks, so it's kind of like, you know, kind of sucky. But I have a lot of ideas to use up my yarn. Should I talk about that in this video, or should I do another video? I'll talk about it in this video because it is a way to work down my stash. So, so with these yarns, this is Bird Street yarn. There's 75/25 sock yarn in the colorway chiffon, and this is Drops Kid Silk in the colorway pistachio ice cream or something. I want to hold these together and knit a sweater, and if I did that, let me count how much I would get rid of. So, and I think I want to knit like a lace raglan out of this. I think it would be really pretty, and I kind of am thinking about making my own design. Anyways, if not, I'll just make like the poetry pullover. Who's that by? Sorry Nordland, maybe? I'll put a picture here if I am patient enough. But that would get rid of 9. So there's that. And then with this yarn, this is my Ritual Dyes Elder, which is a light worsted, 100% Rambouillet in the colorway Lamb's Ear. And this is Spin Cycle Dream State in the colorway Hidden Place. I'd like to make a sweater out of this with some color work in this. I just think it would be really pretty. And that would get rid of 5 skeins. For this is We Are Knitters the cotton, which is 100% Peruvian Pima cotton. I think it's like a worsted weight. I want to make just like a really plain black either crop tee or tank top. And that would get rid of 2 skeins. For this, well, this isn't a DK. I thought this was worsted. Well then. Well, I still want to make, I have 4 skeins of this. I want to make a cardigan out of this with some hand spun as color work, and that would get rid of 4 skeins. See, for this is Mace of Skeins High Roller DK, which is 90% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, and 10% nylon. This is the colorway Pumpkin Spice, and with the Full House, which is a lace weight, 74% baby Surrey alpaca, 26% silk, and the colorway Roasted Pumpkin. I want to hold these together and make a Fisher coin jumper, and that would get rid of 7. For this Noro, what is this, Kakigori? Yeah, Noro Kakigori, I want to knit a love note, and that would get rid of 1. All right, for this Pearl Soho linen quill, this is the colorway, where are you? Oatmeal Gray. I want to make a Stria cardigan out of this and one of my mini bundles, so that will get rid of 4. Out of this Camellia Fiber Company, this is the Sylvan Fingering, which is 70% alpaca, 20% silk, 10% cashmere. Sorry, I don't know why I'm reading fiber content for some and not others. This is a 3-ply non-superwash in the colorway Rainbow Sprinkles, and out of this I would like to make a no frills, just so that the color can really shine, and that would get rid of 3. And then I have 5 other linen quills, which I don't want to pull out because they're at the bottom of the cube and it will just undo all my organizing. But I want to make a garter cardigan that's stripy, and that would get rid of 5. I'm sure I would have tons of leftover, but I would want to use 5 colors. And obviously I want to make a bunch of socks, so I have my sock machine. I should be able to crank a lot of socks this year for gifts and otherwise, and that should help me whittle down the 24 skeins of sock yarn I have. that's really all I have for like obvious ideas about what I want to use my yarn for. I have other ideas too. Like I have things that I want to make that I don't have the yarn for currently. Like I want to spin part of the yarn and then use another, which I do have the fiber for, but I want to make a pressed flowers cardigan with my hand spun as the contrast color. And I was thinking, so like all the sport weight yarns that I know of that come in like a really deep green, they're all really expensive. And so I was thinking about, I have something in my eye, sorry. So I was thinking about trying Holst Garn Super Soft, because from what I've heard, it's thicker than a fingering weight, and so I would assume it's about a sport. So maybe use that as the main color. They have a cool deep green and a warm deep green, so I would have options. I think I would probably use the cool one though. Wow. But my goal for this year is to just be like way more intentional about what I make and make pieces that I'll get a lot of use out of. Like for example, my shellography, that was really a process in it, and I don't ever wear it, even though I think it's beautiful, but it's just not easy for me to style because I don't dress neat. Like not neat as in like organized, but neat as in cool. So yeah, I just want to make more simple pieces. I think I am really drawn to more like I guess just less basic pieces is what I'm drawn to, but in terms of what I would wear, I would probably wear more basic pieces. So yeah, I just want to be more mindful about what I'm making, and I also want to be more mindful about my yarn purchasing. So I think that doing the tracking is going to help me to realize how long it takes me to knit through yarn, so maybe I won't be as impulsive with my purchases. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm gonna post a cleaning my craft room. I already did clean it up, but I just haven't got around to editing it, so I'll probably post this one first though. But yeah, then I'll just post a cleaning my craft room. I didn't film an intro or an outro, so it'll just be like fast forwarded me tidying up. Anyways, I'll see you soon. Bye.